Once again, it is lead night. Welcome back to the vlog. Thanks for tuning in once again. As was shown in my last video, I am here working on a new starting position, keeping my hips a little bit open and my ball more in front of me before I push away. Goal of keeping everything straight. Goal of keeping my straight shots, straight and consistent. So hopefully that'll work out today. I am coming tonight feeling really stiff, especially on my hips and my back. So see how that bears out tonight. Do a little bit of extra stretching beforehand, and we'll obviously go through my normal routine before we actually bowl. Other than that, feeling okay about tonight. Not too much to talk about before we go in, though. We watched the last video, which I'll make sure to link in the description below. You'll know what I'm working on tonight. So let's go ahead and go out there and make it happen. So my night started off kind of okay, but not really. In warm-up, my thumbs were a little bit tight, but not to the point where they're becoming a problem like they're going to later in the game. My problem earlier in game one was my footwork. This shot, I rushed it and ended up wide open. Next shot, I'm going to drift a whole hell of a lot and end up like 5 or 6 boards right of where I want to be. And both myself and Christy caught that. And going forward, I was a lot more careful about it. And actually was better. Threw a couple good shots, left a 10 pin here, maybe I've been a smidge flat with it. But going forward from here, other than this 10 pin miss, which I'm sad about, my thumb problem starts to catch up a little bit. And you can see I start to flip it a little bit more and start tugging it and having it hang up on my hand. I do get like one more good shot out of it, but it was one that hung on my thumb and stayed in the oil. So flat 10 pin. I luckily picked this one up. I went ahead and swapped out to one of my bigger thumbs. These don't fit very well, unfortunately. They're all my old fit. And even though I added some tape to it, it still went whiffy. So I went ahead and added even more tape to it to see if this would help make this thing fit. Unfortunately, I don't think it's really going to help too much. As you see when I go here and still just sort of drop the ball. I even tried going without thumb tape for a little bit, but unfortunately the sticky residue on the back of my hand means that the ball is sort of stuck. I wasn't able to find any alcohol to get really cleared out. And luckily I don't have to spare, not that it really matters at this point. And I decided to go ahead and just swap on over to putting red tape on the back of my thumb. It's a little bit thinner, a little bit slicker, and I still whiff, but I have a little bit better grip of the ball. So after that disaster of a game, I slow down, try and just get comfortable with the ball again, and didn't really work with the Infinite. On a theory, I decided to switch to the Summit, also slowing down way more and making an effort to kind of hold on to a little bit, and the ball kind of picks up. It takes a little while for it to get really good. But the theory was that even when I threw the Infinite good, it was being a little hard to control, a little bit unpredictable. So I went ahead and went to go to the Summit on the theory that it's going to be a little bit more blendy. And I get some really good shots with it. I'm going slower. I have a much better hold on the ball, so I'm able to get it out and down the lane pretty well. I still grab it a little bit too much here. But overall, this game, it kind of comes alive. And it's the best I've looked with the Summit since I got it. I also have a theory that we had one guy on the opposing team throwing a purple hammer up the right side, which was probably making a nice little bit of hold and giving me the pretend longer pattern, which made the Summit look really, really good here. I'm also learning that with this ball, I kind of use what I give it. So if I do really kind of put some aggression into it, it'll definitely make a good roll here. And not leave 10 pins, although that time it did, so I was a little bit flat off the hand. So it is still kind of touchy. The fun thing about this game, though, compared to the last one, is I'm going clean. And even though I, again, get a little bit off timing, dump the ball right, leave a washout, I'm going to get lucky. Because I was here shooting for count. I'm just going to get the 3, just move on, finish the game out, but I pick it up. I feel really good at that point because now I'm clean and I'm heading for the end of the game. And I have completely bounced back from throwing a 120. I am about to shoot 200, and I have managed to keep myself in a good place after a terrible, terrible game one. I found the problems, I solved the problems, I'm resolving things, and made a good choice. And those good choices kind of come together in game 3. At this point, I'm feeling really good about what happened before. I'm just throwing good, consistent shots. For the most part in this game, I've been really good about my stance, having my hips open, about having the ball in front of me a little more. I get in a place where I could very easily have lost all the momentum. I just whiff from this 10 pin. I come back, let it go, reset, and come back at the game. I still do have a couple really bad shots here. I get away with one, which just trips out the 4. Sorry, the 6-10. And another one where I kind of really come around the ball. I think I was trying to get around it a little bit, but ended up giving it a lot of hand. That thing bites, but goes through the face. Luckily, I only made a 10 pin. This one, I pick up. And from this point, I kind of just settle down. I have a good feel for the ball. I get some good carry, and am in a really good place. And the shots just keep on coming. I have room, I have a really good feel for the ball, and I'm just putting a string together. Of course, then some heavy metal music comes on, and I'm feeling in a good place. So have to go along with it. Right for the 10th frame of this game. I am on a 4-bagger coming in the 10th. And at the end of this, when I close out the game with a 7-bagger and get things packed up and done for the night, I realize I just threw 10 out of 12 strikes. They weren't all great, but I was 2 10-pins short of a 300 game. Okay, so that was a night. Frankly, this is a night that I am actually really happy with. Wouldn't think that if I shot buck 27, but I did. But I identified what was going wrong, made the changes, kept from getting too much in my head, and did that. It's not every night I'm going to shoot 200 and 240 and not shoot 6, but that happens tonight. But it's on night I can take away good happiness, because the 127 game came first. And so this is a case where I am frankly proud of myself for maintaining the level-headedness of constantly trying to figure out what was going wrong, making the good calls to actually come back and throw that one. That's it. It was a good night, and I'm gonna go home and rest up. I am gonna be real sore for the rest of the week. I know that, but that's all right. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. See you in the next one. Good luck and good bowling.